conversation. 08090306 is the WhatsApp number. On Facebook, it is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. On X, it is Nigeria Info PH. On YouTube, it is Nigeria Info PH. On Instagram, it is Nigeria Info 92.3 _PH. So whichever you are very familiar with, or get to it. In fact, I would ask you to get subscribe to all of the channels and follow and like and interact with every content you find there. So now on Facebook, few comments already dropping. I'll take some of them now. This one says, good morning from Lorenzo Delight. The killing of an only son in Odagwa Eche should be thoroughly investigated. The governor asserting that there is peace in the state is a good one. He should be focused. Any contractor that abandons any project should be dealt with. Jeffet Ibekwe says there's no iota of doubt on the governor's statement that what's going on in... I didn't get that, so you have to send that again, please, Jeffet. Alaris Peef says, good morning. The governor has said it all. Truly, there is no crisis in the state. People should stop the market in the state. Thank God Ability says, Lagos Calabar Coastal Road is a waste of our collective resources. Blessed Ola says, federal government insists on the electricity tariff increase. This is basically bad because the service rendered to the users isn't worthy of it. Stanley says, good morning. Okay. From Omuma. Becca Benegbo says, petrol scarcity entering third week is a sign that the government of the day is heartless and clueless in tackling the situation. I heard the NNPC Limited saying that the logistics problems have been tackled. So, because the argument is that there is product, which I also still question, because I don't know why the NNPC is the one telling us there's product if everybody is now allowed to, run the market on their own. Wanyan Obioma Noble says, no political crisis in the state by the governor. Nobody needs crisis because good things don't come with crisis. But let me beg my governor to please create employment for the youths. Okay, Jeffrey Tibekwe says, no iota of doubt. The governor's statement, what's going on in the state is a mere internal political crisis orchestrated by bitter minds, but it won't see the light of day. The governor is in charge. Obioma Noble, I think we got this one from you. Nobody needs crisis. Okay, I already took that one. Thank God Ability says the governor is in charge of the state and he remains leader and political leader in Rivers State. Honorable Patrick Amadi says the governor says no crisis in the state. He's not correct. The problem rocking the state has delayed the speed of development in some local governments. Afara is crying of bad roads and no attention is given. Please, my governor, pay attention to Afara Road. Patrick Amadi. Good. And another thing I think I should add, if people are saying that there are, political disagreements, it makes sense if you say that, but then the job of governance should have nothing to do with political disagreement. So you should be holding everybody you should hold accountable at every level. So if a council chairman is supposed to do something that he's not doing, you should be asking him questions. I think we focus too much on calling on federal government, state government, and we do not call the people closest to us that have a lot to do in our communities. They have a lot to do. In fact, they are the ones that should do the most. It's not just giving scholarship, buying sewing machine, and giving you skill acquisition. Those things are very superficial, in as much as they are good. They do not solve the developmental needs of local government areas across the state. And I think people should begin to now ask their council chairmen that are sitting there collecting their allocations and every other funds coming in, IGRO, etc., begin to demand for effective development. What are they doing? How many roads are they doing? How many schools are they rebuilding? These are very simple, pertinent questions. When I even hearing local government say, let's give us the we are hearing state governments fight for the license to be allowed to generate their power. Can't local governments also come and say, let us have the same thing, or let's have a conversation with the state government, let's see how we can? It's almost as though sometimes what we do in the politics of this country is something is wrong, but because it is legal, we leave it. It is wrong, but because it is legal, they make an excuse with the legality of what is wrong. Mokudili Iwu Ogu says the Coastal Road project is a waste of money now that hardship is biting hard. Olebara says, Dr. Umma, construction of this coastal highway is a misplaced priority. Why not invest the money in all highways that are begging for repairs, which have become death traps and slaughter slabs? We have so many important things to focus our attention on now, and not this coastal road. Our leaders should learn to set priorities right. Akujobi Ezekiah on Facebook says, good morning, Nigeria Info. I condemn totally the invasion of military in my community that led to the death of Master Asobiri Prosper. I therefore call on relevant authorities to come to our aid. From Akujobi Hezekiah. Okay, this person says he's watching from Umbano, Uzoma, Ogomezie. All right, more messages on Facebook. Keep them coming in. Don't forget, subscribe on Facebook. Subscribe. Do well to also not just watch us on the live stream, but click on the share button, the like button while you drop your comments. Okay, thank you very much. We'll be going to the phone lines now to get your thoughts, and we have all of them waiting already. 0817 923 0002. You can also call 0817 923 0003. Mufasa, we'll start with you from NTA Road. Good morning.
Yeah, hi Andrew, good morning.
Yep, go on.
Yeah, go back to site or you face the consequences. Governor Fubara ordered the contractors handling the Bori Internal Road. Well, Andrew, you can see how some contractors are desperately want to sabotage this government. That they paid you 80% for a certain job and you've abandoned that work. Well, for me, the governor has signed a note of warning, and I think other contractors too should be warned. You don't take the resources of the government for granted just because you feel you have certain bags. I don't know, but then again, there are certain, contractual agreement that, if you breach such contractual agreement, there have to be consequences, and they need to start seeing these consequences so that they know that a new sheriff is in town. And lastly, you see, Labour advocating for, this their minimum wage, that they've not even reached a compromise as to the actual amount that they want. But, Andrew, what I want to appeal to Labour is that, you see, if we keep buying things at an exorbitant price because of this high in the cost of petrol and all of that, it will still be an effort in futility. Labour should be concerned with what is going on in the petroleum sector. What come up to this moment, the Port Harcourt refinery that they promised will work, up to this moment, we are not hearing anything about it. So Labour should also push for the government to be alert to their responsibility and ensuring that we start refining our petroleum products. We'll not be hearing this kind of issues.
All right,
here and
Mufasa, thank you very much. JJ is in Rumigbo. JJ, good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
Welcome.
My governor, our governor, your governor, have said there is no problem in River State. Whose report will you believe, Andrew? The one in charge of River State or some naysayer somewhere else? So as far as I'm concerned, things are going well in River State and there's no problem at all. You talked about power. Are you aware, Andrew, that before the River State House of Assembly right now, there are 4 bills to make for creation of new city, bills to make for River State to generate its own power, and some others. They don't touch it all. All they do is personal serving bill. So for me, I think we should pressure the assembly to pass this bill so that things can go well. But for problem, no problem at all in River State. According to Collins Onua, why he left the GDI, was the coordinator of GDI, and I think his reasons are germane, because if you have somebody like Shubike Rotimi Amechi from his own side, and you have former Governor Nyesom Wike from his own side, and the Riverine and everybody supported them, why can't they in turn now support the man that is doing very well right now in River State? And conclusively, Lagos Calabar Coastal Way, I think we're saying that it's personal interest of Tinubu. I don't think so. The other time we were doing the rail line, and it was Collins Osai from Delta State that said this or that thing didn't work. What about the rail line from Nigeria to Niger Republic? Whose interest is that? Where was Atiku then? Please, let's allow this work. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Okwandu. Good morning. All right, we'll go to Emoha. Israel is on the line. Good morning, Israel.
Morning, Andrew.
You're welcome.
Andrew, the governor said there is no crisis in River State. For me, I don't see that there is no crisis, but playing separation of the has assembly one year of a stamp has assembly as we used to see. So should not.
Israel, you might have to call us back. I think the service from your end is really poor. So please, you could disconnect and then try again. We can barely get what you're saying. Barry Gadom from OGRA, it's now over to you. Good morning.
You're
welcome.
Barry Gadom.
Go ahead.
Let me react to the one the governor of Rivers State said there is no political crisis in Rivers State. That's not true. Political disagreement is also called political crisis. This is what Honorable Bright Amewule warned the supporters of St. Kubarao. Stop insulting the Minister of FCT. By the time they keep on insulting the Minister of FCT, the supporters of Minister of FCT will insult the governor. It will not result to political crisis. And that's what is happening now. For someone to come out and say there's no political crisis, that's not true. There's political crisis in Rivers State. Thank you very much.
All right, let's go to Ichie now. Robin is on the line. Good morning, Robin.
Good morning, my friend and brother, Ifemi Andrew.
Well, welcome.
Yes, we can all now know how Rivers State has remained in this quagmire of underdevelopment as a result of the character and attitude of those who believe that Rivers State money belongs to them. A contractor bidded for a job and money was paid. And that contractor has the effrontery to abandon the job, the Bori internal road. I think that the governor should not end ordering that contractor. The journalist or the government of the day should tell us the name of that contractor. Let us begin to name and shame those who keep us in this condition. And that development, I have never believed is done by anybody in Abuja. It's those who are given the opportunity to develop River State. And this is what they have been doing over the years. Having said so, the issue of coastal road, change is very difficult to accept by some persons. I don't see anything wrong in the coastal road to be constructed by this present administration led by President Tinubu. If they have told us so, the authorities like the journalists and those who are criticizing should put the government in their toes. There's nothing wrong. If he refuses to do it, then we can take it up. How do we continue to blame? Must we be talking about East West Road every time? Good morning, Robin Mother Farmer.
All right, good morning. Let's now get on to Leighton Barry in Bori. Good morning.
Good morning, Ifemi Andrew.
Yes, good morning.
Yes, I want to look at where federal government is faulting Labour on the electricity tariff. Well, for me, I have always said it, Ifemi, that despite the fact that the federal government is blaming Labour on the way they are agitating for the hike in the tariff, I have seen that Labour does not have what it takes to even implement what they are agitating for. That is another side of my fear in the whole business of Labour leaders. Because in the instance, what they are demanding one way, it is okay. Asking for 615,000 naira, that is good. But I see that this whole thing is just fallacy because there is a political coronation to what they are asking for. I have always liked to repeat this. You will not like it, but I've always liked to repeat this. You will see where all this whole thing will go to, how it will play. It's just to deceive the people to put or paint that they are active because people are always against them. After comparing all said and done, looking at the economic situation and hardship and all the hike in food prices and all that, yes, the 615,000 is okay. But I would have said that if labor is sincere, while negotiating with federal government on the electricity tariff, they are supposed to use that to regulate the amount they want federal government to pay workers. Anytime they increase the electricity tariff or fuel, labor too should go on to increase the amount they pay to workers.
All right,
so that
Leighton
by the
Barry.
time they do all these things, they will see that if they increase, the labor will increase. They will decide to bring everything down. But when they increase, and labor is always negotiating, at the end of the day, labor cannot implement it. The federal government will end up increasing the price of those commodities.
Contribution has been made. Thank you. But just to correct, just to inform you, first off, it is not labor that implements the payment of wages or salaries. That's the duty of the government. Labor would only suggest and bring to the table what it thinks is fair, and then negotiations will be held, and then the government would also look at the ability to be able to pay, and then both sides would have to come to a compromise at some point. That's one. Number two, the issue of a minimum wage is done, I think, every 5 years. It's so if within 5 years the government increased the price of fuel 50 times, labor cannot just come and say they want to increase wage. There's a certain time frame before you talk about minimum wage increase, and I think it's every 5 years, if I'm not mistaken, 5 or 4 thereabout. Then you have that happen. So because of this, I hope you understand better now. Labor cannot implement, and labor cannot every year begin to change, ask for new minimum wage just because there's an increase in the price of petrol or electricity tariff increase or whatever tariff that might come in the future. Kenneth from Gokana, good morning. Let's go over to Mile 3. Good news. Good morning to you. We lost both those calls. Don't forget that you can join us on X. All right, we need you to get on X and also interact and drop your posts on X. I'll be taking your comments. The handle is Nigeria Info PH on X. If you haven't followed us, go do well and follow us on X now. Nigeria Info PH, that is the handle. The WhatsApp number is 0809 030 6416. Some WhatsApp messages, I'll be taking them now. Big King says, greedy contractors who take road contracts and fail to deliver, the contractor must be arrested by EFCC authorities of the government. This Bori internal road must be completed urgently. Michael says, I'm glad to hear the press statement from the AET chairman, even though I would say he isn't representing me as a teacher since the process that produced him and his ESCOs excluded teachers. Michael from Africa, that message is from you. This one says, good morning. Governor said there is no crisis in the state. It's very much correct because the Salga Simplify movement just successfully did its own victory Thanksgiving celebration in the heart of Calabar Kingdom, Prince George from Abalama in Asalga. Confidence says, Collins has said it all, power is turn by turn. Bright from Rumudumaya, good morning.
Thank you, Femi. Good morning.
Good morning.
The governor said there is no crisis in the state. I think to me it's not true. For him to disobey his master and people organize Thanksgiving and call him names on daily basis, that alone can bring crisis to the state. So another one, the governor also said that there is no development in the contractor giving both internal roads that was not done after paying about 2 to 3 billion. That the contract is not done. I think, would I say that contractor's name needs to be mentioned if the governor is telling us the truth, that they get contractors mobilizing for some money, his name is not mentioned and the road is not done, meaning that some contractors have power more than the governor. Then, thirdly, Edison here in Emohua, for Thanksgiving, these are seen Thanksgiving. Where are the supporters? Him alone. Through no voice, him alone will also continue. Since there are no supporters in all these things, they should stop this Thanksgiving. There's no fruit, it's not fruitful to the state. So they should stop it. That is what I have to say. Bright.
All right, Bright, thank you very much. And just to correct you, Bright, a contractor has no powers in any way, shape or form more than the governor of his state. If the governor did not, I think I heard the governor stating why he didn't want to mention a name, but he said if the right thing is not done. I think he took what he said was more like a first warning. So come and do this, because if you don't, then I might have to now go to that point where we take more drastic measures. So a contractor cannot be more powerful than a governor. Not possible. Just to clarify that. Uche Ken is in Echie. Good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes. Let me look at the shooting in Odogwa community by the military that left an innocent only child dead. My brother, it is highly condemnable. My question this morning is, why was the military shooting in the community than in the pipeline area or field? And I can tell you for free that there are names mentioned already that accompany the military to Odogwa community, where all these things all these shooting were carried out. Was the military supposed to be in the community? Does unrefined crude being practiced in the community? I believe it has a field where those pipelines are being kept and where all those activities supposed to have been handled. The question I want to leave now is, has military issued any statement regarding to the death of that innocent boy? No is the answer. But they are seriously entering Odogwa community as if nobody lives there, making series of arrests, accusing finger here and there. It is high time government come in, went into investigation so that all this nonsense have to stop. Those accompanying those refined crude, they will accompany it with the military and they will sell it off. It is an allegation I am making. Police have to wait into investigation. Then finally, Governor Singh said there is peace in River State. Thank God he is the one saying it finally. Because when we were saying something is wrong, they were busy. When we were saying something is not wrong, they were busy saying something is wrong. To a point every day on this app, Kidoki Hungo will be calling on the president to come and intervene in River State. If there was peace, what was president coming to intervene for? Is he coming to celebrate Christmas with us? If he has acknowledged there is peace, I believe he should match words with action. Good morning.
Blessed Inalu, good morning to you.
Good morning, my brother Andrew.
Yes, go ahead.
Federal government insists on the electric tariff increment. This is basically bad. And the service you are rendered to the user, being your customers, is not okay with the customer. My brother Andrews, I think we all use electricity. Are you paying what they are render for you? The service NEPA render for you, is it what you are paying? They are giving us the amount that we are not using, and everybody are paying. See, there is one community I went to in Nalo. In that community, their transformer gets problem. They are still demanding money from the people that are using that transformer. Secondly, my governor, your governor, and our governor, Fubara, says that there is no crisis in the political party in River State. Exactly. The only black person can say there is crisis. Anybody who defected from one party to another say there is crisis. That person seat remains vacant according to the Electoral Act.
All
That's
right.
my own concern.
Thank you very much, Blessed. And then lastly, let's hear from Ida in Nkoro, and we'll go to some more messages. Ida, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Yes, I want to comment my governor this morning that no crisis in River State. Yes. Andrew Femi, you have been going to work. Do you hear any gunshot in River State? Since this governor took over government, there's no gunshot, there's no kidnapping, everywhere is peaceful. I went to airport yesterday, see investors, white men trooping in River State to come and invest in River State. If there is crisis, will they come? They will not come. So I want to commend my governor. He should continue with his good work. We want to guide him and protect him. Look how that project is booming everywhere. I went to Songhai Farm yesterday, work is going on silently. And I want to urge the contractor, that is my Soteria district, the governor of Soteria district, the contractor should please come to work. Look at what the governor said. You don't want to mention his name. If you want to warn somebody for the first time, warn the person for the first time. Don't mention the person's name. Then when the person refuses to come to the work, you governor to call the person to come and work the work for the people of Buri. Please, Ogun people are very good to us. They are our brothers. They should make Buri a city. The governor wants to make Buri a city for us.
All right, Thank you very much.
Kudos to the governor of the state. Good morning, Andrew.
Thank you very much. And also a few things you said that to put in proper perspective. if you went to the airport and you saw white men, doesn't mean that they are all coming to invest. It's possible that they already have businesses here, they have friends, they have family. It could be for leisure, pleasure, tourism. It could be for anything whatsoever. So let's not jump to that kind of conclusions. And then also, yes, there's relative peace in Rivers State with regards to security condition, but it doesn't mean that we've not had pockets of issues. There's been pockets of kidnappings. There have been pockets of robberies, but it's not as loud and as many as it used to be some time in Rivers State or in other parts of the country. So if you look at that and put it side by side, you could say relatively there is peace in Rivers State. All right, not absolute, but there is peace. All right, let's get to some more messages on X now. Told us if you haven't joined us on X, the community, it's very easy. Nigeria Info PH is the handle, so go now on X and be a part of it. Like, follow, and comment there. This person says on X, I'm trying to get that message out. Okay, at Dumanuel Prince on X says the visit of the state governor to ascertain the level of work on the Borough Internal Road is a step in the right direction. That's what the governance should be about. I appreciate the governor for being proactive. That's the message on X. And if you go on WhatsApp, there's still quite a lot of them to look at. This person here says, good morning. The governor should please pay Rivers youth whose jobs were suspended at Ignatius 9 months salaries. They work for a while. They are working to recommence the process. Mark in Port Harcourt, you sent that message in. This one says, good morning. We'll continue to have this petrol scarcity until our refineries are fixed. Federal government is not being sincere to Nigerians. Precious Warproom from Omagwa. Yesterday I asked the question, what is the confidence, Seth? I had to use pidgin because what is the confidence in... What confidence do you have that if the refinery begins to even work, we'll still not have scarcity in this country? What are the odds? After the commercial, we'll take more messages.
Nigeria Info will be right back.
Sharp guy like to watch Premier League, FA Cup, Niger dramas, Olympics, BB Niger.